Hi everybody, welcome to Richie's Gaming Gadgets and Gizmos. Today I'm going to be pairing the iPEGA 9023 gamepad. It's a Bluetooth gamepad. Quick recap, it's one that can hold up to a 10-inch tablet, regular smartphones, and it can turn your tablet or smartphone into a game console. This thing retails for under $50 and it can work with the iOS, Android, and even Windows platforms. And I have done previous videos showing how to pair this up with Android tablets as well as Windows tablets. My last one being the Surface Pro 3 from Microsoft. So I have been getting a lot of requests on how to get this thing to work with the iPads, the Apple devices, the iPhones, the iPad minis. So I'm going to be using the iPad mini 2 for this demonstration. And before I jump into it, one of the things I've learned, I've done some extensive research on why people are having issues. And what I've learned is that the iPad or the iOS platform can work well on certain games with this. And the one thing that those games have in common is that they all work well with the iPad controller. So there is a mode called the iPad mode that you can actually turn this controller on into. So what I would recommend you do, I will actually post a list of games that I know work with this that are iPad compatible / iOS compatible, but all you do pretty much is just turn this on and put it into iPad mode. You pair it up to your Apple device via Bluetooth like you would any other device, and you download and install your iPad compatible games onto your iOS platform, and that's it. When you run that game, you don't have to pre-configure anything. What I would recommend you do is just move around the stick and press the buttons on on the controller a little bit, and sometimes it can take up to like a couple seconds, or it can take up to like 30 seconds for the game to detect the controller, and then you can play your games. And it's that simple, right? So one thing to note, there's only a subsection of games out there, or subset, sorry, of games out there that can work, that are iPad compatible. Those iPad compatible games by default should work with your iOS device with the iPEGA controller once that controller is turned on in iPad mode. So let me show you how to do that now. So to get your controller into iPad mode, you hold the home button down and the B button at the same time. So I'm going to hold them down at the same time and wait until the orange light here under the search name here, there's a word here that says search. Once that LED starts flashing fast, you know that this is looking to pair with another device via Bluetooth in iPad mode. So let's hold down the home button and the D button at the same time now. And as you can see, LEDs flashing. I'm looking for a device to pair with. So let me go into settings, Bluetooth, turn the Bluetooth on. iPEGA extending game controller not connected, so just press on that and it says connected, and the orange light stops flashing, so they're paired. Now what I'm going to do now is open one of the games that I know are iPad compatible. I'm also going to have a list in the descriptions of some of the games I've tested that work. So let me run let's see, Metal Slug 3. I know that works. Now I have not done any pre-configuration, I just installed the game and I'm turning it on for the first time. So let me just pan this out a bit so you can see my controller. So it says tap to begin. Let's see if it's connected. See? So there you see, I have connectivity, and I didn't do any pre-configuration within the game. I just downloaded it, installed it, and it automatically detected my device because my device is in iPad mode. So this iPad thinks it's communicated on the iPad controller. Open it to. So what you do, you open it when you want to position your iPad for the controller. Just open it till it's about, I guess, 90% of the length of the tablet. Then you just lock it at the back here. so it doesn't move. And take your iPad, put one in there, and then you just pull this out. The spring mechanism keeps it in place, and it has this little trusty thing at the bottom here that keeps it from falling down. So there we have our iPad in place there. Cool. Now let's play some Metal Slug 3. So let me just turn down the lights a bit so you can actually see the gameplay a bit clearer. So here I am playing Metal Slug 3 on the iPad Mini 2. Now all of these games are available on the Apple Store. I'm not playing this very well. I'm pretty much doing that on purpose. So that's the demo of Metal Slug. Let me show some other games now that work with this iPEGA. And just remember, all of these games are iPad compatible, and that's why it works. And it's very, very simple to set up. This one is Blazing Star. For any of you lovers of the old school side-scrolling shooters, you definitely will love this game. All of these games are available on the Apple online store. I have spent so many quarters on these machines when I was Back in college days, playing these in the arcades. I spent so many coins on these games in the arcades. Back in the day, yeah, as a little kid. I guess this is the boss mode. And as you can see, the controls are very responsive. Oh, I got killed. Crap. All right. This one is called Tabletop Racing. I guess this is just the preliminary mode where I'm just racing the clock to get a good position. Tabletop Racing, the big race. Bunch of ice cream trucks racing. So that's Tabletop Racing. So this one is a nice side scroller called Sortical. This one is called Shogun. So this is a forward scrolling shooter. So what I've done, I just turned the orientation of the iPad into portrait mode. In this particular one, what you can do is go into options, and I recommend have all your iPad compatible games just to make sure, because some of them actually have the option of selecting the iPad controller as the controller type, and in this game such is the case. So I'm going to turn on IK controller. Okay, most games automatically detect the controller, but sometimes it's good to just manually check in the options of these games, and then you can just turn it on. I would highly recommend anybody who has an iPad and loves vertical shooters, scrolling shooters, get this game. Get this game. Namco Arcade. This game is called No Gravity. this one is called No Gravity. A very, very, very nice 3D shooter. This one is called Air Attack HD. This one is called Air Attack HD. Now, if you were wondering what an iPad was, a company called Ion has made these really, really cool tabletop arcade machines designed to hold an Apple iPad where you can play retro games that you can download from the Apple Store. So this is the iPad Ion. I'm actually going to do a video on this very shortly, showing you how to build this and how to pair it up with your iPad, and how you can play some of the really cool retro arcade games on it that you can download from the Apple Store. And as you can see, I mean, it has a real nice lollipop type joystick, real arcade style buttons, and it even has a little decal here where you put your 25-cent piece. So it's not a real slot for coins, but it actually does light up to show when it's pairing and when it's on and whatnot. And all the instructions are actually on the top. So I will do a video, complete video on this product, but I just wanted you to know what, when you talk about controllers going into iPad mode, what that meant. It actually was just making sure that the games that are compatible with the iPad machine can go into the iPad controller mode, so that the controller that comes with the iPad can work with your games. So that's all it is. So this is the iPad, Ion iPad. And if you thought that the Ion iPad was cool, check out his little brother, the Ion iPad Junior. So I also have a video on this one as well.